Dear students, welcome to my online class. I hope you are safe and sound in this corona situation. Now, let me introduce myself. I am Kaji Muhammad Habibullah, Assistant Professor English, Kumilla Government College, Kumilla. This is a class for classes 11 and 12, subject English first paper. Today I am going to discuss a lesson from English for Today. Here you can see some pictures. The first picture is a beautiful scenery. The second picture is about two beautiful birds. The third picture is of a beautiful child, and the last one is of a beautiful flower. So, what can you guess from these pictures? What can be the topic of today's discussion? Yes, you are right. The topic of today's discussion is beauty. Today, I am going to discuss a lesson from English for Today, Unit 13, Lesson 1. And the title of this lesson is What is Beauty? Here you see the picture of a beautiful peacock. You will surely appreciate its beauty. Now, I would like to give you an individual work. Define beauty. I hope you will give your answer in the comment box. Many of you may define beauty from many angles, but it's not easy to give a universal definition of beauty. That's why it is said beauty is easy to appreciate but difficult to define. We discover beauty in different things, such as pleasurable objects and sights in nature. Beauty is found in the laughter of children also. Beauty can be found in the kindness of strangers. In fact, beauty can be discernible in such generous activities of unfamiliar persons as you see in these pictures. But asked to define, we run into difficulties. We get confused. Different questions come to our mind. Does beauty have an independent objective identity? Is it universal? Or is it dependent on our sense perceptions? Does it lie in the eye of the beholder? A further difficulty arises when beauty manifests itself not only by its presence but by its absence as well. When we are repulsed by ugliness, we desire beauty. Thus, beauty becomes more desirable when it is absent. In fact, ugliness has as much a place in our lives as beauty, or maybe more. Ugliness predominates when there is widespread hunger and injustice in a society. In the first picture, you can see hunger. In the next pictures, you see the story of injustice to the Palestinians and to the Rohingyas. Philosophers have told us that beauty is an important part of life. But isn't ugliness a part of life too? The answer is yes, it is. If art has beauty as an important ingredient, Can it confine itself only to a projection of beauty? Can art ignore what is not beautiful? Poets and artists have provided an answer by incorporating both into their work. In fact, poets and artists not only depict beauty but also depict ugliness in their work. Poets and artists have often tied beauty to truth and justice, so that what is not beautiful assumes a tolerable proportion as something that represents some truth about life. John Keats, the Romantic poet, wrote in his celebrated Ode on a Grecian Urn, "Beauty is truth, truth beauty," by which he means that truth, even if it's not pleasant, becomes beautiful at a higher level. For example, this painting is about hunger and famine. It's not pleasant, but it can be considered beautiful at a higher level as it presents some truth about life. Similarly, what is beautiful forever remains true. Another meaning in the context of the Grecian art, an art object, is that truth is a condition of art. Now let's discuss the summary of the lesson. We find beauty in different pleasurable objects and sights around us and appreciate it. But when we try to define beauty, we get confused. Various questions come to our mind. Another important point is that though we desire beauty, we can't ignore ugliness, which is also a part of our life. Poets and artists have incorporated both beauty and ugliness into their work. They have often tied beauty to truth and justice, so that ugliness assumes a tolerable proportion for representing some truth about life. Remember, summary is not something to be remembered. Summary is not something to be memorized. I hope you will prepare the summary by yourself. I have provided a sample summaries so that it can be helpful to you. Now I am giving you homework. Give short answers to the following questions. Number A. Why is it difficult to define beauty? B. How does beauty manifest itself by its absence? C. Can art ignore ugliness? D. In what sense can ugliness assume a tolerable proportion in an artwork? E. What do you mean by the expression beauty is truth, truth beauty? So that's the end of my lesson. Thank you.